Back by Strawn, could have even been holding the man, went on after, picked it up, had a quick look at
the 30,000 feet. Ball put back into play again. There's a go for a near. Hand pass comes back here now. We see McKenna in a bit of trouble, but he spins out of the pack nicely, gets a hand pass back to Walsh. His kick is a bad one. Oh, he could have marked that, Daniels, but he played on. Pearl's grab. Luckily for Footscray, they get clear. It's Royal kicking the ball over the half-forward line. Bahajar and the two little Rovers rollings there. In goes Edmund. Tries to crash through the pack, gets a hand pass out wide to Wallace. Scoops it up beautifully. A shot at goal, and it's a goal. Yes, a good bit of play on the part of Footscray, and particularly Wallace, the way he scooped that one in. 4 goals, 3-27. The Richmond 1 goal, 2-8.
Well, you said Wallace, he capped it off, but Jimmy Edmund there, good use of the body, shrugged the tackle well. He was able to get the hand pass out, I think looking for Bahajar initially, but Wallace, reading it very, very nicely, ran past to take the hand pass and put it through for his first and Footscray's 4th goal. So the Bulldogs going pretty well at the moment. 4-3 to 1-2 at the MCG. Good start by Footscray, long way to go yet. Royal's kick is a short one, taken by Burton. Umpire calls play on, Poole does, over to Palm, he fumbles. McLean a little bit late on the seed. Palm's kick out towards the right half-forward line, knocked away by Neil Cordy. Pickering recovers quickly, gives it to Waitman. Haven't seen much of him so far. Royal's been doing the better in the roving department. It's out of bounds on Richmond's right half-forward flank. So the Bulldogs showing a lot more bite than they had last week in Sydney. And indeed they would need to. When you go down by 13 goals, you've got to find something. Hand pass comes out to Hardy from McLean. Hardy's on the half-back line. Hasn't played a bad first quarter so far. Had about 4 or 5 possessions. Bamblett is pretty fast, but he can't get clear of Francis. Back to Royal, roving beautifully at the moment. He's got the edge on Waitman. Beasley, mark number 4. Beasley's kicked 2 goals, 1 so far. Now, he is a long way from goal. Almost on the practice wicket area. Which, for those of you that know the MCG, is on the half-forward flank. From a football point of view, 45 to 50 metres out. Gee, that's not a bad kick, I tell you what. Oh, he's put it through, Beasley. What a kick. Great kick by Simon Beasley, his 3rd goal, and Footscray go to a lead of 5 goals, 3, 33. Richmond 1-2, 8 points.
I think we did mention, Pete, before the game that he would be too quick for Strawn, and I think the way he's played so far has proved our point.
It certainly has. I'm just wondering if Paul Sproul will consider making a move.
Well, I think the logical bloke to put on is Jimmy Jess, possibly the best defender when he's playing well, but Jimmy's been out of form, but they've got to have someone down there to replace Roach.
5-3 to 1-2 now. 3 goals to Simon Beasley, picked up by McKenna. His kick is a short one, and it allows Brad Hardy to take the mark at half-back. Hardy looking for Brian Cordy. Brian Cordy from right half-back flank goes for a pass. It's okay, taken by Brian Royal. He's had about 7 possessions so far in the first quarter. Back to Daniels. Daniels shoots at goal. That's not bad. Great play, Footscray. Well, Footscray cutting Richmond to pieces at the moment. And we saw 2 West Australians figure in that passage of play. Hardy started it off, and Daniels finished it off. And Footscray having loose men everywhere, and Brian Royal, what a game he's playing, Lou.
Certainly playing well, and so is Hardy doing a pretty good job down there in defence. He's created all those moves from the back line.
That's right. A good springboard for attack down there at the half-back line. 3 goals in 3 minutes. 3 goals in 3 minutes to Footscray. 6-3 to 1-2, a difference of 31 points.
Ball back, centre knocked out that time by Purser. Comes to McPherson. He ran into a bit of trouble there. The ball comes out again. Lanier tries to get it clear. Daniels with a kick over the centre half forward. Bahajar missed it. So did France. He's got a chance to recover. A hand pass comes back to Jeff. Jeff at a half back drives the ball back towards the centre of the ground. Pushed on, out it goes to Brian Cordy, plays the ball in front of him. Still plenty of struggling going. A good hand pass from Purser. Well smothered from McPherson's kick by Anir. A chance for Richmond to score here now towards the full forward position. That'll be a mark or a free kick, I should imagine, to James. This fella's a real goer, and he's a star player, classy player.
Kicked 4 goals in the first quarter last week.
That was a great bit of play. It's a free kick and a mark, I would say. Please yourself.
Well, in the reverse order, actually, a mark and free kick. I'm surprised he didn't get 15 metres.
Well, I gather to put him up there in the grandstand. I don't think it really matters now because he's only about a metre or so out from goal. He shouldn't miss this one. He's already kicked 1. So it'll be the Tigers' second goal for the match. We're just on the 23.5-minute mark. That's a goal. So it's Richmond moving on to 2 goals, 2-14 to Footscray, 6 goals, 3-39. And incidentally, you couldn't believe this is the same side that played up in Sydney last week, Footscray. If the Bulldogs were horses, they'd be swabbed, I'd reckon.
Let's watch that again.
And this young kid here has kicked 101 goals in the under-19, so he's got a bit of class about him, Pete.
Yes, we saw that last week in Evidence, didn't we, at VFL Park?
24 minutes gone. 14 plays, 39 in favour of Footscray. Knocked out by Lee again. Comes back to Waitman. He's put off balance. He goes down. They grab him. He tries to spin it at the pack, but it'll be a free kick. He got one on the head. And Waitman takes the quick free pass coming over there to Walsh. Walsh's kick is out wide. Has a chance now for Richmond to go to attack through James again. That's not a good kick. It goes towards the boundary line. Hardy comes in to meet it. He's played a great first quarter.
Out of bounds, Luke.
I don't know, he must have kicked it from out of bounds.
No, it's out of bounds. Hardy must have just grabbed it over the line.
I think it was further up, Pete, you'll find. He's coming back. I think it went out.
Well, there it was there. Close, wasn't it?
I reckon it was close as Purser tries to crash through the pack. Now it's a chance for Waitman. He's grabbed, taps it over to Rioli. A very quick kick up there towards full forward. And a mark taken by Kennedy. A long hand pass coming out to Hawkins. It bounces beautifully for him. Sends the ball back to centre field, and a mark taken here by Wallace. A hand pass to Brian Cordy. And the Bulldogs going to attack. There's another one coming back to Daniels. A left footer up there towards Beasley. He's upended. The ball hits the deck. There's Royal threading his way through the pack. A snap at goal. It could be there. Flying home.
Oh,
Cordy, what a mark. Oh, what a ripper. Well, I thought it had gone through for a goal, but he must have sensed that. And that's a beautiful mark taken by Graham Cordy. As a matter of fact, he's played a fairly good first quarter, this young fella. It's his first game with the Bulldogs, incidentally, too. And he'd be the younger brother of the Cordy family. Couldn't miss this one. He's right on the line. There's the kick, and it's another goal. So Footscray are now 7 goals, 3-45 to Richmond, 2 goals, 2-14.
Well, it deserved a goal, didn't it, that mark? It was a great snapshot, first of all, by, I think it was Royal. So Daniels get it down to him. Now, Royal twisting and turning in the forward pocket, just about puts this through. 7 kicks to Brian Royal. And what a great shot that was, but the mark capped it all off. And Graham Cordy was able to finish it off with a goal. His first in senior football, and it was Footscray's 7th in the opening term. Time on being played in the first quarter. A good one for Footscray so far. They lead 7-3 to 2-2. Ball out of the centre towards one of the other Cordys now. That's Neil Cordy. He does the shepherding. It's picked up by Wallace. He's got the hand pass out to Hardy. 6 kicks to Hardy. McPherson on centre wing. Short pass. Plenty of Footscray players are there. Knock on. Palm. Bandit by Jeans. Fast over 10 metres. This fellow. Poole. Just about grabbed him, but it's out of bounds. Forward pocket throw in. 2-2 to 7-3. Difference of 31 points in favour of Footscray. It's going to be Lee against Sewell. Lee looking for the front position. Does it well. Richmond skipper. Oh, it's a real grubber. Lets Purser in, playing a kick behind the play. His kick well smothered. Out it comes to Bahaja, who kicked a beautiful goal. Footscray second of the term. He's gone for a pass out towards the full forward pocket, and Sewell takes the mark. Sewell, of course, came from Western Australia as a forward. Initially at Footscray, he played a lot of his football in defence.
Richmond defence very loose, Peter.
It has been so far, hasn't it?
Letting players run all over the place at will.
Beasley making a lead. He's decided to ignore that. Goes back for the kick. Jimmy fancies himself. I think that's pretty good. And why shouldn't he when you can kick like that? Great shot by Sewell. And what a fantastic quarter for Footscray. That's their 8th goal of the term. 8-3-51. Richmond 2-2-14.
No matter how you plan to spend your retirement, one thing you're going to want is security. And that's exactly what Westpac's Club 55 offers. An investment package that gives you a high rate of interest paid monthly. Free advice on anything to do with your retirement or your money. Excellent travel benefits. And free access to all the advantages of our national electronic banking system. Most of all, It gives you a secure start to the rest of your life. Club 55 from Westpac, the bank.
These bristles are much tougher than man's whiskers. Yet the triple-coated blades and the Wilkinson sword pivot shave them like butter. And now, with an advanced new wash-through system, the Wilkinson sword pivot gives you an even better shave. Day after day after day. Wilkinson sword, the name on the world's finest blades.
Tonight on 7, following 7's Big League. Simon and Simon can't remember who their friends are at 8:30. At 9:30 in Trapper John Gonzo hears Wedding Bells. And then Agatha Christie's Partners in Crime.
Welcome back to 7's Big League. We go back now to the Melbourne Cricket Ground and we join our replay at the 7-minute mark of the second quarter. It's Footscray leading by 44 points. Footscray defence really has been very, very tight so far, led more than capably by number 8 there, Kennedy. Jimmy Jess, of course, taken off just a few moments ago. Waitman now looking for a pass. Now he sees Big Lee making position. He should take this one, and he does. And the Richmond skipper about 35 to 40 metres out directly in front of goal should be able to score from there. 7 minutes into the quarter, Mark Lee. Chance for his first goal and Richmond's third. Umpire hasn't moved. It looks pretty good from here. Mark Lee's first goal, 3 to Richmond, and the scoreboard now 7th Big League. The Tigers 3-3. Footscray 9-5 at the MCG.
Well, that's a difference of 38 points, and that goal would certainly give the side a little bit of a lift. But they've certainly got to tighten up there again. There's a replay again. Waitman very smartly doesn't know where to go. Then he finally spots Lee at a little short of centre half forward to take the mark and kick a goal. Just on the 8-minute mark of the second quarter. Knocked out by Lee. It's a hefty knockout down there towards Hardy and Waitman. It's Hardy getting a hurried kick, not a good one. Out it goes now. Mail and a good hand pass to Brian Cordy out wide, and Daniels getting away from Burton. Dropped that mark, had a ton of time to pick it up, but he sidesteps him beautifully, so he's recovered okay to shoot the ball down up towards the half-forward line. Graham Cordy couldn't mark that one, and it's finally forced out of bounds. So it's out of bounds about 70 metres around from the Footscray goal. 38 points the difference in favour of Footscray. A great first quarter by the Bulldogs. But Beasley kicked 4 goals, and of course they had many other good players. The Rovers killed them, Wallace dominating the centre. The ball shot up high up there towards Jepp, and Edmund, it's knocked out, and it's out of bounds about 40 metres around from the Footscray goal. To me, Footscray's crowded their forward line a little bit more than they did in that first quarter. Ball kicked off the ground by Francis. Sill tries to knock it. It does over to, oh, there's nearly one in the back. No, it said no to Graham Cordy. A hand pass from McKenna. Coming out there to a near hurried kick back there towards the wing position. A chance now for Big Purser to get a hand pass back to Kennedy. He's played a very constructive game. Over it goes again. And the ball given up there by Footscray. And over there towards the wing position, and the ball goes towards the forward pocket. Still fumbling going on, and the ball is out of bounds.
You mentioned the crowding of the Footscray forward line, though. I think it might be a tactic employed by Richmond to try and give Beasley less room.
Well, the other guys have got to move out and take their back men with them, Pete. That's the name of the game as we wait for the ball to come back. It's Sewell and Lee. Lee got the tap down. That's McLean going through. Bam, but it is. They do look alike, I must admit that. And the ball is through and out of bounds again. There'll be a throw-in right against the Footscray point post. Footscray still in front by 38 points. Sewell and knocked out by Lee again. That's smothered by Bamford, grabbed by Rule. He was grabbed by the leg. The umpire didn't see that. Bahajar threads his way through the pack as a snap at goal, but it's out of bounds on the full, and a penalty free kick will go to a near down there in the back pocket. Just over the 10-minute mark gone of this second quarter. Well, shot back towards the half-back line for Richmond. The pack fly. No one can take the mark. There's a go now for Wallace. He copped one that time from Wallace. He said it was too high, and Wallace will take the free kick. Doesn't waste any time. And Richmond go to attack through Rioli right up there towards that centre half-forward position. The ball out towards the half-forward flank now. Pickering can't pick it up. He's grabbed by Cordy. Waitman tries to scoop it up. Hardy goes in. Now it's back to Waitman. A good hand pass out to Land. He doesn't know where to go now. He hooks the ball back towards the full forward position. James at the back couldn't hold the mark. A chance for Kennedy to break clear and takes the ball beautifully away that time from Foley.
Unfortunately, it doesn't go to a Footscray player. Egan in the road. Walsh usually delivers the ball well. Back to Pickering in the forward pocket. He's gone for a pass. It's a ripper, and he finds Waitman 15 metres from goal. So Richmond looking a little bit more constructive in their forwards effort so far in this term. Pickering well clear. Sends it out to Waitman, who of course gave a pass to Mark Lee that resulted in a goal about 5 minutes ago. Now it's his turn to kick one. He shouldn't miss from there. Closer in than Lee, and he's put it through for his first goal. Richmond second at the quarter, looking a little bit better now. The Tigers 4-3 to 9-5. So still a difference of 32 points, but of course at quarter time they trailed by 43. Footscray yet to score a goal in this quarter. So whatever Paul Sproul said to the Tigers at quarter time is certainly paying dividends as they're finally getting their game into order. Still no real focal point to aim for up at full forward with Michael Roach on the sidelines today. I'm sure he enjoyed the bunch. Prefer to be out. Footscray lead by 32 points at the 12-minute mark of the quarter. Lee to Ania. Well, went to give it to Walsh. Now, Ania again, second chance to McKenna. McKenna from centre field. He's been doing all the attacking so far in this quarter. Footscray yet to score a goal. Pickering burrowing through or trying to. Neil Cordy, a little bit too slow. Pitched by Rioli, coming into his own. Rioli goes for a pass, looking for the lead. Waitman gets around Brad Hardy. Well shepherded by Landy, shoots at goal. Brilliant shot. He's just about there, I think. Yes, it is. The Tigers come back. 2 goals to Waitman in the space of a minute and a half. 5-3 to 9-5, and the game comes alive at the MCG.
Today in Australia, there is one company car that sets world-class standards. One company car that consistently sets new sales records. Holden Commodore Executive, with refinements like cloth seats, AM/FM stereo radio and cassette player, automatic transmission, power steering, and an optional electronic fuel-injected engine. Holden Commodore Executive, Australia's most sought-after company car.
If you want to take them, but you don't want to wake them, record them with National's low-light camera. Ah.
I am Roland Armstrong, your father.
How will Andy cope with such a shock?
I was married to the man for almost half my life.
And now you're married to Gordy.
Yes, legally, but morally...
Legally and morally.
That is for me to decide, Wayne.
Gordon or Roland? Which husband will win the battle for Barbara?
A few months ago, a girl was murdered by a hitchhiker about 100 kilometers away. Cops reckon the same thing probably happened to Amanda.
I've got to find Amanda.
Riveting drama all the way. Sons and Daughters, 7:30 Sunday.
About that one.
At the 15.5-minute mark of the quarter, 26 points in favour of Footscray.
With a shot towards the goals, into the forward pocket, flying high as Purser, couldn't hold the mark. Knocked away by Neil Cordy. As they go now for the ball and picked up by James, back to Lee, back to Waitman. Waitman straightens up for his third goal, and he's got it. Hello, what's happening here? He's going to pay the goal. So it's Richmond coming back into this game now with a bounce. 6 goals, 339 to Footscray, 9-5-59. A difference of 20 points. Well, there we see the ball picked up here now by James. A good hand pass and a quick one by Lee over to Waitman. A lovely left foot snap for goal. That's his third for the quarter. And I think he's kicked the 3 of them in about 10 minutes. So Waitman bringing the Tigers really back into the game. Centre bounce again. 20 points the difference. Knocked out by Purser. As they go now for Footscray to go into attack. That's if Hawkins can pick it up. He's having a bit of trouble getting clear. Picked up by Pearl, and they've certainly got their confidence back as McKenna drives the ball out there towards the half-forward line. And there's a great mark to Landy. Landy clear. The ball shot across towards centre half-forward. The pack fly. It hits the deck. Going after his Malin now. Gets a hurried kick out wide as they go for Rioli on his own. Can he pick it up on the boundary line? No, and it's out of bounds. About 40 metres around from the Richmond goal. Well, Rioli certainly lifted his game this quarter, been far more effective, and we've hardly spotted Wallace. Ball picked up by Royal. It's a high kick back towards that half-back line. Ball tapped on nicely by Hawkins. Umpire said it's a free kick against him, and the free kick will go to Walsh. A good pass marked by Burton. And Burton's out there at half-forward, about 60 metres out from goal. Only 20 points the difference now. After Richmond trail by 44 points, the kick dropped short. Oh, he's got a Purser. By golly, had to juggle it, Pete.
Yes, a few anxious moments there. 5 marks to Purser and 10 kicks. So, as you suggested, Lou, doing a little bit better around the ground than Mark Lee. Well, Malin made a mess of that hand pass. Now he's good enough to gather it. Second attempt, up the centre wing. Off the hands of Bandit, Bahaja. Footscray breaking down across the half-forward line at the moment. Now a chance for Wallace at centre field. Opposition from Burton put him off. He recovers well. Short pass, and that's OK to Graham Cordy. He marks 35 metres out from goal. Graham Cordy took a ripper mark in the first quarter. Footscray haven't scored a goal so far in this term, and it's been in progress some 18 minutes, so they badly need one to reassert what supremacy they had at quarter time. At that stage, they led by 43 points. The difference now is 20. Cordy's kick looks okay, and it's his second goal. Cordy playing his first game for Footscray. 2 goals to him, 4 to Beasley, the leading goal kickers for the Bulldogs. 10-5 to 6-3. Well, that will give them some breathing space, because Richmond really were coming right back at them. Here's the pass again. Bahaja. Up to Wallace. And Wallace, who hasn't had too many kicks in this quarter, but played well in the opening term, getting it to Graham Cordy. He took the mark. 6-3 to 10-5. A difference of 26 points still in favour of Footscray after Graham Cordy's second goal. Burton on centre wing. Gets clear of Daniels. Ania on the edge of the square. Too long for Hardy to mark. Cordy in trouble. That's Neil Cordy. Wallace in the left back pocket sees the ball safely over the boundary line, and it will be thrown in about 35 metres from the scoring area. 39 to 65. A difference of 26 points in favour of the visiting team. Knocked away by Foley. Loose ball from McPherson to pick up. He gets tripped up. The umpire says no free kick. It's not a bad hand pass, though, up towards the centre wing position, where that's gathered in nicely by Wallace, getting 3 kicks in the space of about a minute and a half. Beasley made a mess of that one. Just a little bit too high for him. Tim Jepp out to Poole. Poole out on the boundary line. Good long kick by the Richmond centre half-back. Now it goes and turned to Brian Cordy. Oh, it's kick for kick at the moment. And the mark again taken for Richmond by Poole. Poole at the right half-back flank. Purser got 2 hands to it. In fact, the umpire has paid a free kick. Which way is it going? It's going to the Footscray ruckman. I think it was just about a mark anyway. Purser to half-forward. Francis was the flyer. Graham Cordy, can he make it 3 goals? Not with that kick, it's too high. Beasley and Strawn, 2 out. How Beasley likes it. Good play by Strawn. It goes to Bahaja. Jeff right on his hammer. Bahaja trying to get clear. Can't do so. McKenna does it well for Richmond. Just about caught. Bandit shoots. That's the one Footscray wanted. 11 goals, 5. 71 to 6-3, 39. And there's Bandit breathing heavily after that, but a great piece of football.
I think he may have legged him, but then again he may have grabbed him with because you can grab him by the hips, Pete. Well, into this quarter by 21 and a half minutes. Beasley not too good there. The ball back into attack for the Tigers. It hits the deck. Chance now for Cordy to pick this one up. Taps the ball on. It comes out now to Rawlings. A hand pass. And Egan gets the ball back to Waitman. Finally, a bit of a fumble going on. Wallace picks it up. Footscray have lifted their game considerably this last 5 minutes as we see Wallace take the mark and a long hand pass over to Bahaja. The lead coming from Beasley, but it's not a good kick. As they go for Daniels out there on the wing position, goes for a long kick looking for Roy off the back. He's got the mark. Too strong for McKenna, his ex-teammate. And he'd be about 45 metres out from goal. Difference 32 points now.
12 kicks to Royal.
He's played a pretty good game, but like most Footscray players, he's had a pretty quiet 15 minutes of this quarter. They've bounced back in the last 5 or 6. There's a kick. It's a beautiful kick. It's a goal. So Footscray move on to 12 goals, 577 to Richmond, 6 goals, 339.
You can remove and clean the Hoover Apollo Dryer's filter without opening the machine. You can't on our main competition. That's why Hoover is ahead of the rest. Now, is that necessary?
Tomorrow is Sunday Press Day, and with Sunday Press this week, a very special bonus. For this week only, with your copy of Sunday Press, we're giving away a free copy of the colourful new TV magazine, TV Star. 96 pages of all the latest on TV, with a full 8 days programmes and the stories on the stars. It's an offer too good to miss. 80 cents worth of great TV Star magazine, free with the Sunday Press Victorian edition. Sunday Press, first for value, first for sport, every weekend.
As a garbologist, I find the glass system very revealing. Take this working glass home. White wine, couple of nice dry reds, pate. Obviously doing very nicely. But here at this upper glass place, the telltale signs of restraint. Economy-size peanut butter, house brand mayonnaise. But both places are glass conscious. They recycle all their glass, so it goes back into the system and benefits people of all glasses.
For your nearest glass recycling depot, phone this number.
Tonight on Simon & Simon, no memory, missing for months and up on a murder charge. It's an enlightening trip down memory lane with Simon & Simon. Double the action, double the fun. 8:30 tonight, right here on 7.
Richmond fought back well in the early stages of the second quarter. Footscray came away again. We rejoin the match now at the 6.5-minute mark of the third term. The Bulldogs leading by 31 points.
Just over 6 minutes gone in the third quarter. 52 plays 83, a difference of 31 points. And these two have had a great deal. Purser and Lee. Purser won that one. Baxter should get there first for Footscray. McKenna, bad hand pass, ultimately to Rioli. Never one to waste an opportunity. Rioli a short pass. Burton, wet between his legs. Kennedy seemed to get legged there. The umpire says no free kick. And once again it will be a bounce. Still at centre half forward for Richmond. Lee and Purser. Landy, Rioli, steady, shoots it, goal. That looks pretty good. And Morris Rioli has put it through for his first goal. Richmond come closer again. 9-4 to 13-5, 58 to 83 at the MCG.
25 points the difference, just over the 7-minute mark. There's the replay again. Knocked out by Lee. Picked up that time. Beautiful hand pass coming out from Landy over to Rioli, and a very safe goal. So we're back in the centre again.
9-4 to 13-5. Seven's big league. The third quarter in progress. 7.5 minutes.
25 points the difference in favour of Footscray. Knocked out by Lee. Rioli tries to crash the pack. Punched on by Foley. Kennedy gets the ball back there towards centre half forward. Beats about 5 of them. In goes Francis. Spins away beautifully. Gets the hand pass over there to Poole, who's played a great game at centre half back. But he's shaping up as the best player on the ground. There's nearly a free kick to Richmond. Yes, he'll play it to Waitman. Got one in the back at centre half forward. And of course a goal here will put them really in the running again. They looked as though they were going to come back into the picture just before, or in that second quarter, but Footscray bounced back the latter stage of the second quarter and finished up 32 points in front. There's a short pass. It's a beauty to Jimmy Jess. Got away from Sewell nicely. And he's got the mark and the kick about 35 metres out from goal directly in front. And the ghost Jimmy Jess has already kicked 1 goal. There it is on its way. There's no doubt about that one. It's a goal. So the difference only 19 points now. 10 goals for 64 Richmond to Footscray 13-5, 83.
No, it's a real ball game now, isn't it? Richmond gradually eating away at the Footscray lead and looking better all the time. Great kick by Jess, 2 goals to him, 3 to James, 3 to Waitman, the leading goal kickers for Richmond. And for Footscray, Beasley still 4. They were kicked in the first term, 2 to Graham Cordy, 2 to Bamblett.
Centre bounce again. 19 points the difference in favour of Footscray. Knocked out by Lee, smothered by Rio, and the Tigers go back into attack again. Out wide, coming out to meet it is Waitman. Taps the ball on nicely, goes after it again. The little fellow won't give in, he scoops it back. Kicked off the ground. Oh, he missed that, Rio. He's got a chance to pick it up going after it is Landy, and the ball is out of bounds about 60 metres around from the Richmond goal. 19 points the difference, and the Tigers back in this game with a big chance. Knocked out by Lee again. Pushed out towards Wallace. Taps the ball on in front and can't get across. There's Walsh getting a hand pass back, looking there for a teammate. Picked up by Landy. Comes out of the pack to his left boot. Shoots the ball up there towards the full forward position, and James has got it. My golly, I like the style of this fellow too. Yes. He's a real classy player. He's already kicked 3 goals. We watched him pull Collingwood apart last week in the first quarter. Kicked 4 goals in 7 minutes. So this fella could be the bloke that brings them really back into the game. They're only 19 points down. It looked as though Footscray were going to bolt away with this game in the first quarter. He's only about 30 metres out. There's the kick. And he's shredded it through for another goal. He's fourth. 11 goals, 470. Richmond to Footscray, 13-5-83.
And at the 18-minute mark of the quarter, the difference still 13 points in favour of Footscray.
One-on-one duel out there. Good mark for Hawkins in front of Walsh. Looks for McLean. McLean well shepherded. Goes long up to half forward. Trying to find Cordy. Couldn't do so. Good mark taken by Palm.
Played a solid game today, Pete.
Palm brings it towards the member stand side. And making position out there, Kardinia. From the point of the square, short pass in towards centre field, trying to find Rioli, McLean and Rioli. McLean, hand pass, Baxter. Baxter's kick is a high one. Underneath it is Jepp over the top. Daniels went for the knock on. That was clever, but 3 Richmond players are there, and they all miss it. Down goes Hardy. He was tripped up. Royal comes in. Royal for kick number 12. Shoots it, goal, and through. 2 goals to Royal. They badly needed that one. And the scoreboard now, 14-8-92 to 11-7-73. Well, Brian Royal, one of the best on the ground.
Good play by Hardy. Got the kick off the ground, even though it was a bumble one or a bumble one. But luckily it was picked up by Royal and kicked the goal. They certainly needed that one, Pete.
Yes, they did. 2 goals to Brian Royal now. 73-92. Difference of 19 points now in favour of Footscray. Some breathing space, but Richmond doing a lot better in this quarter. Purser and Lee. Bahaja went for a tap further forward. Williams over the top, not a good hand pass. Finally taken by Ania, gets it back to Francis. Francis down to the half-forward line. Underneath it is Baxter, too long for him. Out comes Kennedy from the goal square. Tries to get around Rioli, does so. Back to Sewell at half-back. Sewell chips it in short. The mark taken by McLean, who's off straight away. Up to half-forward. Royal again. Ian Poole, probably the best on the ground. Too long for Daniels, too short for Beasley. Daniels does it well, roams it beautifully, and has put it through. 2 goals to Daniels, 2 to Footscray in the space of a minute and a half. 15-8-98 to 11-7-73.
Well, they've bounced back to 25 points in front now, and there we see that kick coming out to Daniels a bit long. I think it was meant for Beasley, but anticipating beautifully that time. Daniels picked it up on the first hop, actually the half volley, and got that goal through. A valuable one for them. Centre bounce again. 25 points the difference in favour of Footscray just on the 21-minute mark of this, the third quarter. Knocked out by Purser. McKenna tried to get clear. It comes out to McLean. Finally kicked down there by Williams. Down towards the Hardy's got the chance. He got the mark. Actually, Beasley was pushed out of the pack. But the umpire's paying the mark to Hardy. Got a bit of a knock too, I think, on the head.
Is it? I think he might have collided with Beasley.
I think it might have been Beasley bumped into him. There's no doubt about Hardy. When they want a forward to make a little bit of difference, they move him from the back line, and he immediately becomes very effective. He's only about 15 to 20 metres out on a slight angle, and of course Footscray are in front by 25 points. There it is on its way, and that's another goal. So the difference now 31 points. It's still a bit shaken up. 11 goals, 773 Richmond. Footscray 16-8-104.
That's virtually what the difference was at half-time, bar 1 point.
There it is again. Watch Beasley. He's collected him as he went to the ground. I thought he might have been pushed out by Strawn, and of course he's collected Hardy, but that didn't stop him from kicking that goal, getting attention from the train.
3 goals in 2.5 minutes to Footscray, leading again by 31 points.
31 points the difference to the 22-minute mark of this third quarter. Knocked out by Lee over to Waitman. Gets a hurried kick out wide. Coming out to meet it now is McPherson. He's played a fairly good game down there in defence. Back there to Hardy. Goes for the tap on. It'll be a free kick against Hardy. It'll go to Palm. I did mention before he's played a pretty solid game down there in defence, Palm, today for Richmond. So has Bull at centre-half back. 31 points the difference. And she goes there towards that half-forward line. Sewell couldn't mark that. A hand pass from Pickering comes over to Landy. Landy goes for pass. Rioli went one-handed after that. This allows Daniels to pick it up, go out wide towards that half-back flank position. It doesn't bounce too well for Wallace, but backing up well there was Hawkins. A long hand pass coming over to McPherson. McPherson out there on the wing position. Gets a lead from Edmund, and he's got the mark. He's about 55 metres out from goal. Up it goes to Beasley and Strawn. He's in front. Now the umpire called play on, but rightly so too, as it's kicked out to Poole. They take the ball away from the danger zone. The Footscray crowd not happy about the decision, but it was right, as we see Walsh drive it back there towards Lee. Punched out by Purser. A beautiful one over to Bahajar. A pass out wide to Hardy, who kicked their last goal. A snap-and goal again, but it will come around enough. It's a goal.
2 goals to Hardy.
37 points the difference now. 11-7-73 Richmond. The Footscray 7-8-110.
Well, this quarter's a repetition of the second, really. In that second quarter, Richmond came back in the first part of it. They held Footscray goalless until the 18-minute mark. And now Footscray once again have bombarded the goals. They've kicked 4 goals in, let me see, around about 4 minutes. And the chap on screen there, Brad Hardy, the redhead, has been instrumental in a couple of them. He has 2. Has really livened up the forward line. 11-7 to 17-8 now, 73 to 110. And Nia gets tackled by McLean, arguably too high. It will be a bounce just wide of the centre circle. And light misty rain falling here. That's certainly going to help Footscray. In fact, not too light. Got a handy shower. It's going to make conditions rather slippery. Foley to McKenna at the circle. McKenna lobs it up high towards Jess, backing back well as Kennedy, and takes the mark. Well, Richmond got to within, I think it was about 11 points. Wallace on the right half-back flank. The Footscray have reasserted their supremacy, and they've gone right on with the job. Edmund marking in front of Jeff. It's a 15-metre penalty. No, he's not going to take it. He's playing on quickly. Edmund trying to find Graham Cordy off the boot of Williams, and it's out of bounds on the right half-forward flank for the Footscray side. As we enter now the time-on period in the third quarter. Those two players have had a great battle, haven't they, all day? Purser on the left and Lee on the right. Down to McLean. Short kick in towards the forward pocket. Socket off the ground. Plenty of Footscray players are there. Wallace gets met solidly by Palm. Tries to scoop the ball out to a teammate going past him, Bahajar. Now Edmund threads his way through. Hand pass over the top. Royal. That's not bad. Great shot by Brian Royal. And he's put it through for his third goal. And Footscray really consolidate now. 18-8, 116 to 11-7, 73.
You're watching Seven's Big League, part of the Nissan VFL Premiership season.
And the match-winning quarter for Footscray, really the first, when they kicked 9-4 to 2-3 to lead by 43 points, and they ultimately won the game by 50 points. In the stats department, Footscray having more kicks, marks and shots at goal. Richmond, more free kicks, more handballs and more hit-outs. In the goals for both teams, first of all, Footscray, Brian Royal and Simon Beasley both getting 5, and Brad Hardy got 3. While for Richmond, their major goal kickers, James got 6, another fine performance on the forward line. Dale Waitman and Jimmy Jess each kicked 3 goals. In the Footscray rooms after the match, first of all, I spoke to Andrew Purser.
Andrew, congratulations with the real Footscray side. Please stand up, I guess we could say.
Yeah, our form's been a bit hard to follow in the last couple of weeks. We were very disappointed last week, and we really set ourselves this week to come back strongly and play a good game.
What did Mickey use to motivate you throughout the week?
Well, we didn't really talk about last week so much, but just ourselves. We knew that we played very poorly and that we had to regroup, and it was just ourselves, I think. We generally knew that it was such an important game for us, and the guys just played so very well. It was great.
You had a great duel in the ruck with Mark Lee.
Yeah, you know, he's a very tough competitor. You know, I think there's a report out of him, but you know, it's just the way it's the way things go, I suppose.
Well, Brian, first of all, congratulations on your own game. You seem to have hit top 4.
Yes, Peter, finally at last I'm starting to get a few kicks. I think it's I'm out of the second year blunders and into the third year getting a few kicks. I'm wrapped, yes.
Footscray supporters would be forgiven for scratching their heads over the side's form.
Yes, yeah, we've been a bit up and down. The supporters don't know what to think, I don't think, but it's good to, yeah, it's good they're sticking by us, I think.
Against Waitman today, how did you feel the duel went? Because obviously a keen rivalry between the two of you.
Yes, I was looking forward to this one actually because him and I sort of roving for the state roving position. I'm pretty well, you know, I'm happy the way I went against him, yeah.
And Footscray victorious by 50 points at the Melbourne Cricket Ground this afternoon. You're watching Sevens Big League. Back after this.
After this break, Fantastic Footy Flashbacks takes a look back at the legendary Jezza on Sevens Big League.
If your carrying needs stretch beyond most wagons, you need Nissan Know-How. Come alive to Irvan Luxury. Come and drive Nissan Irvan and enjoy stretch-out comfort. There's room for 9, and Irvan is actually shorter outside than a mid-size sedan. 2-litre power and Nissan's world-famous reliability. That's new Irvan.
That's Australia's best value.
Come alive, come and drive. Nissan Know-How. Save now during Van Month at your Nissan dealer.
We've seen a whole lot of champions in Australia.
From NEC comes a video recorder with features that lead the way. Dual audio heads ensure the highest quality hi-fi stereo sound. 2-speed recording means 8 hours from one 4-hour tape. And NEC's 4 tape heads give you perfect slow motion and freeze.
Compare NEC's range at your retailer. Feature for feature, I reckon NEC's miles ahead.
Australia's champion in video too.
Tonight, love is in the air and full of surprises with the marriage proposal from Gonzo, an ex-husband patient for Gonzo, an unethical predicament for Trapper John MD. 9:30 tonight, following Simon and Simon on 7.
On Sevens Big League now, we check the leading goal kickers after today's round of matches. No bagfuls kicked. Michael Roach out injured. May play next week, but looks like missing possibly one more Saturday. Brian Taylor only 2 goals today. Bernie Quinlan got 4. Brian Wilson only 1 down at Kardinia Park. Simon Beasley and Ablett each kicking 5 goals. Footy bet today, and there were certainly some big dividends there. First of all, the footy bet results themselves. North Melbourne selection 9, $55.10. Footscray selection 21, $11.45. Fitzroy 23, $34.55. Geelong selection 8, $25.40. And Hawthorn selection 11, $1.50. Plenty onto that one. Plenty weren't onto the footy quad. It came out like this. North Melbourne 4, Footscray 8, Fitzroy 9, and Geelong 3. And I believe one gentleman or one lady, $68,996.80 richer. Congratulations. How did you do it? Winners, very hard to tip in the football at the moment. Right, it's time for our regular feature of Sevens Big League. At this time every Saturday, we go up to Sandy Roberts, and Sandy presenting NEC Fantastic Footy Flashbacks.
Thank you, Peter. Good evening and welcome once again to NEC's Fantastic Footy Flashbacks. Well, Carlton, in the past couple of seasons, have perhaps been a little up and down. But when our special guest tonight was playing, Carlton were far more up than they were down. Many consider him the greatest Carlton player of all time. The great Alex Jesaulenko. A number of letters to see Jezza in action, so here he is now.
Anyhow, the ball this time at Gordy's knocked it away, but Barassi roving beautifully to this, grabs the ball, kicks it over here towards it's Jesaulenko. Jesaulenko swings around onto his left foot. He's hooked it. It's a glorious goal. Picked up by Stewart. Stewart with a left foot kick puts it up here almost to Jesaulenko. He grabs it, puts it on his foot, right through the centre. Another hand pass, this time to Gallagher, in trouble. Balks well, straight away to Jesaulenko, and Jesaulenko's kicked his fourth. It's picked up here by John Gill. John Gill puts it onto his boot up towards... Oh, look at Jesaulenko! What a ripper! As the ball is kicked back by Gary Crane, and Jesaulenko has done it again! The ball up and he shoots it right down towards the goal area. Oh, Kekovic fell over. Barassi had his name on it. Jesaulenko goes in. He... Oh, look at that Willard West. He followed that ball around there all the way. and he grabbed it and put it straight through. Hold, let Geelong grab it. Now Collingwood grab it. Little Terry Board. He puts it onto his foot to Jesaulenko, and he pulled it down again. Here he is, the idol of the Carlton crowd, no doubt about this. As the ball is now being thrown in, Nichols and Farmer. Nobody gets the tap down. Sergi knocks it on to Jesaulenko. Jesaulenko lines it up. Look at this. Right through the middle. The better of the duel by far against Reid. As the ball is kicked down now, up they go. Sierakowski can't take the mark. Coming across is Jesaulenko. Jesaulenko just hits the ball on, lines that up and right through the centre.
Position punched down again, coming toward Croswell. Croswell quickly on the left foot now. A chance for Jesaulenko running into the own goal. Goes for the handball to Jones, and Jones 2 yards out. He's got it through.
He's struggling forward. It's Jesaulenko with the ball now. Look at this fella move. Steps a shot at goal. It turns back.
Gill takes his kick at swinging towards centre half for the Carlton players. Come out. Oh, Jesaulenko! No doubt.
Footy was hotly pressed. A chance for Jesaulenko. For Heath. Jesaulenko plays and takes the mark.
It's Carlton doing as they like. Crane lining up the goals from 45 yards out. The kick, a poor one. It's fallen short. Jesaulenko recovers first, picks up, snaps over his shoulder.
Throw-in takes place with Kenny Beck in front of Nichols. Nichols gets the tap down, picked up by Blood. Oh, he's off. He was unloaded as he got it. He's boot to the ball, picked up by Jesaulenko, who snaps back over his head. And another Carlton goal. Ball right down. It's a drop punt, a chance for Jesaulenko if he can climb. He'll have to climb. Yes, he does.
Back, hooks it in towards full forward. No mark. Down onto the ground. Jesaulenko in there. Tackled solidly by Mackenzie. Still going. Turns round into an open goal. He's on an angle and puts it through.
White gets it up towards centre half forward. The players sit themselves. Jesaulenko couldn't hold it, but he butters up as usual. Jesaulenko down forward. Here's a go for the Blues. Big John there. And this will go through.
Aaron goes to Jenkins. Hits down. Hopkins has it. He tries to scramble the ball. Jesaulenko shoots.
Oh, Kai to the wing position on the member stand side. Oh, Jesaulenko, you beauty!
Originally from the ACT, but coming down into VFL and really making his mark as one of the truly great players of the game, Carlton's Alex Jesaulenko. Don't forget, if there's anyone you'd like to see, all you've got to do is write to us here at NEC's Fantastic Footy Flashbacks, Channel 7, Dorcas Street, South Melbourne, and we'll do the rest.
Throughout season 85, all letters will go into our Fantastic Footy Flashbacks barrel and be eligible to win one of 6 magnificent portable televisions from NEC. At the end of the season, all entries will go back into the barrel for the major prize draw of this outstanding 63cm stereo colour television and a VHS video hi-fi from NEC, high technology colour television and video.
Right, thank you, Sandy. Alex Jesaulenko. Jezza, certainly one of the all-time greats. Back with more of Seven's Big League after this.
Anyone can create a product, but it takes ingenious and dedicated people to take that product and develop it to its ultimate. NEC Computer, the power of Japan.
They got drive, they've got energy, they got knowledge and technology.
The team that developed oils for the space shuttle, the team that keeps this car in the race, is the mobile team that brings you Super Drop, the oil that's friction modified for 20,000 kilometers.
They're your mobile team. They're your mobile team.
It was a time of love and a time of war, often at the same time. Peter Sellers at his hysterical best, and a house full of professional ladies. Together they can win the war. Soft beds, hard battles. Brought to you by Nissan, Sunday, 8:30.
Today's VFL Park game pitted league leaders Essendon up against the up-and-coming North Melbourne combination, who've proved twice in recent games that the game certainly isn't over until the final bell has sounded out loud and clear. Earlier, in round 3, North pinched the game from Carlton in the time-on period, and last Saturday against Melbourne, they did the same. Essendon, after being humbled by Footscray the week previous at the Western Oval, more than bounced back last round with their biggest ever win over long-time rivals Carlton. North Melbourne's last outing, though, against the Bombers at VFL Park was a disaster. They were slaughtered by 86 points in the 1983 preliminary final. Essendon players and supporters knew that today's game would be a lot tougher to win. Replay tonight starts at the beginning of the third quarter. The difference is 9 points in favour of the Kangaroos. In the commentary box, Jack Edwards and Peter McKenna.
From VFL Park, we welcome you back to... we do welcome you back to VFL Park on Sevens Big League. And what a game of football we've seen so far. It's North Melbourne as we go into the second half, leading Essendon by 9 points.
There's the kick from Schimmelbusch up towards the forward line. Phil Cracker went up. Now it's Jimmy Cracker. Jimmy Cracker, beautifully done onto the right foot. He hooks it back towards the forward pocket. There's 2 North Melbourne players, and the North skipper has taken the mark on half forward, Wayne Schimmelbusch. A terrific first half of football here at VFL Park. Here's a chance for Larkin. Whoa! Now it's Jimmy Cracker. Hand pass, Hurd. Now it's Jimmy Cracker in there again. Tremendous pressure put on these Essendon players by North Melbourne. And in comes Peter Cameron to bounce the ball. It's been a great performance by both sides and, of course, the umpires as well.
Yes, Peter Cameron in charge today with Peter Carey. North Melbourne's forward pocket. The bounce takes place. Hooked back by Jimmy Cracker. It's going to bounce badly, but well smothered on occasion by Danaher. And he put the ball out of bounds in North Melbourne's forward pocket, very close to the behind post, which you see. So the boundary throw-in taking place. They've only been playing just over a minute of the third term. North Melbourne leading by 9 points over Essendon. It's North in attack. Under there is Holt, it appeared to be. And no, it was Glendenning, and the umpire said another bounce.
Well, we've seen 2 magnificent displays at opposite ends of the ground. One by Vanderhaar, who's taken 10 marks already, and Glendenning down the other. And there's a hand pass from Jonas to Schimmelbusch, but the umpire said that Kevin Walsh was held behind the play. He gives a hand pass across to Watson. He runs across the face of goal. Glendenning goes after him, shepherded there by Bowles. Watson runs to the back pocket. He kicks it towards the half-back line. North Melbourne through Ramsey. Well done. Over to Demetrio, who has a touch of the fumbles. He gives it to Phil Cracker. A long hand pass, a beautiful hand pass by McCann. McCann kicks to half forward, where Schimmelbusch has taken a safe mark.
Schimmelbusch waits for lead. Is there any coming? Glendenning's not really leading. He's only running across the goal mouth. It's kicked up high. Chance for Ryan. Can he take it? Yes, he did. He's taken the mark in the goal square. Just about pinched that one, I think, Pete.
Yes, and Roger Merritt, look at the look on his face. He knows he should have tried to punch that instead of going for the mark in defence, and there was a lovely mark across the face of the pack by Brendan Ryan, who has already kicked 2 goals, and this should be his 3rd coming up. He's had 5 kicks, including this one, and there it is. Oh, what's he done? He's put it through for his 3rd goal. North Melbourne moved further in front. They've moved on to 10-8, 68, to Essendon 8-5, 53.
All being taken back now to the centre of the ground, but in the first term, North Melbourne kicked 4 goals 5 to 5 goals 4, so they were down 5 points. After a great third term in which North Melbourne got 3 goals behind Essendon, they went in at half-time with a 9-point lead after kicking 5-3 to Essendon's 3-1. So we've seen great football, and we hope it continues. We're on Sevens Big League from VFL Park. Ball about to be put down now. 10-8 playing 8-5 in North's favour.
Oh, McCann has made an enormous difference since going into the ruck. He was a very disappointing player in the first quarter, but in the second quarter, Kennedy put him into that centre bounce, and he has really lifted his game and lifted North Melbourne as we see him again against Merritt. McCann got it down to German. Oh, they're forcing the ball forward, North Melbourne, and the umpire's found a free kick saying in the back, and that'll be 15 metres. Yes, umpire Peter Carey right onto that as it was thrown deliberately hard at the feet of Mark Thompson, and Thompson gets his kick in the centre of the ground. He hooks it wide. Vanderhaar going for mark number 11. Up he goes. He nearly took it. Play on, said the umpire. Glenn Hawker, left foot. Here's danger. Kick. There's kick 3, and he's marked about 35 metres out for goal. And he hasn't let Essendon down today. He's been very dangerous up forward. Rene Kick lining up, and he is a beautiful kick for goal. He'll take this one from 35 metres out, almost directly in front.
Had 4 kicks for 3 goals. Another goal to keep from here. Yes, he's been very, very good up there forward. He's had 4 kicks for 4 goals, I should have said. Joe King and Vanderhaar doing all the work up forward for Essendon. King 4, Vanderhaar 4, out of a total of 9. So what I say, Pete, 8 between them.
they've been the two key forwards. The other forwards have been down for Essendon, and luckily that Vanderhaar and Kick have done well, as we see umpire Peter Carey about to bounce it in the centre.
At the centre bounce, the umpire goes to sweep the bounce plate down. North Melbourne 10-8-68, Essendon 9-5-59. Only 9 points between the teams. We're in the third term on Sevens Big League, 5 minutes in.
McCann gets it down to German. Oh, it's smothered. McDonald's in there. He's got to try and get it out. He does that. Madden hits it away. Now it's Watson, and the umpire's found another free kick in the centre of the ground. So the Bombers doing well out of the centre with a free kick. He hand passes it to Danaher. That was Mark Thompson. He looks down for Vanderhaar. Peter Smith taken away though by Mark Harvey. He settles the ball. Kink against Gregg. And the ball bounces through for one behind. So the Bombers move on to 9-6-60, trailing North Melbourne 10-8-68. And what a game of football. Once again, North Melbourne giving us tremendous entertainment value.
Kicking in from the full-back position is Keith Gregg, looking out toward McCann. The pack rises high. The ball hits the turf. Kicked off the ground by Ramsey, but it plays Essendon's Hawker. Hawker picking up on the half-forward flank, looking for somewhere to go. You can see a few leads. Harvey is the target. Here's Kink over the back. Can't take the mark. Picked up by Gregg. Cleared out toward the centre of the ground. And Glendenning got there just in time to take the mark. Looking for a chance to play on. He's given it over to Schimmelbusch, who's backed himself. He's caught. Could have been a free kick. The umpire calls play on. Taken by Hawker. Schimmelbusch tried to do too much on that occasion. The ball comes back now to the half-forward zone for Essendon. It's been picked up by Weston. It's kicked high. McCann underneath the ball. The mark well taken by Demetriou. Demetriou can see a lead by Glendenning in the centre of the ground. A well-placed kick finds that player. Jimmy Cracker's all by himself, half-forward flank, but he hasn't seen him. It's Phil Cracker and Jimmy Cracker. Neither takes the ball. It's on the turf. There's a chance now for the Cracker boys to combine. And there they go. Phil Cracker goes in. He shoots a goal. He's got it. North Melbourne come forward once again. And on Sevens Big League, 7 minutes into the third term. North Melbourne 11-8-74. Essendon 9-6-60.
And we must give full marks there to Peter Jonas, who pounced on that ball at half-forward. A beautiful hand pass out to Phil Cracker. Oh, boy, do they know how to fight back North Melbourne. Essendon starting to look good again. Back come the Shinboners, as they used to be called. And a great game we're seeing out here at VFL Park. And the Cracker boys are looking dangerous. But, boy, Glendinning's performance at centre-half forward is as good as Vanderhaar's down the other end, as we see McCann has made the difference in that centre bounce. Here's Andy Demetriou. They look fresh and they look good. Roy Ramsey, hand pass. Keith Gregg, tremendous skills by Gregg. Up to Larkin, who's been a star also for North Melbourne. Matthew Larkin, oh, here's the danger man. Oh, Glendenning tripped. Yes, and it's his kick at centre-half forward.
He's gone in for a short pass, leading out from the full forward position. There's Phil Cracker. Phil Cracker takes it, hand passes in. A chance for German to put it forward. A goal to North Melbourne. Peter German. North Melbourne, another one in front of Essendon. 31,000 people here at VFL Park. It sounds like there's 131,000. They're making so much noise. North Melbourne 12-8-80. Essendon 9-6-60 on Sevens Big League. North leading by 20 points.
Tremendous football, North Melbourne. What more can you say? They have hit back at Essendon once again. Glendenning has been sensational at centre-half forward at one end of the ground. And, of course, Phil Cracker has been a great player too. His use of the handball then to young German. He was cool under pressure. McCann has been the man in the centre. Oh, look at Schimmelbusch. Now it's Jonas. Knocks it on. Grabbed by the leg, said the umpire, and Peter Jonas will take the kick in the centre of the ground.
North Melbourne coming forward to the half-forward zone is tapped away by Clark. Free kick for Carey, but the advantage rule paid to Folds. He goes to Watson. He looks for a hand pass. He balks. He shoots it back to Thompson. Thompson from the wing position puts it round the flank. King coming out, takes the mark in front of Law. Renee King drives long into the goal square. He puts it up high. The big fellas get position. They can't take the mark. Hardy up the ground. Hardy's goal. Another goal. This great game of football at VFL Park by Mark Hardy. Essendon back now. 10 goals, 6-66 Essendon. North Melbourne 12-8-80. What a game of football, Peter McKenna.
Well, I opened my big mouth, Jack, a couple of weeks ago and said one of the best, well, I said the best game I've ever seen was Carlton versus North. scoreboard at the moment, what's that? 14 points the difference in favour of North. What a game. And I'll tell you what, this is just as good as the one a couple of weeks ago. Let's see McCann coming in against Simon Madden, giving away inches but doing particularly well. Oh, he's got it again. A hurry kick by Schimmelbusch. No, taken by Schimmelbusch at half forward, I should say. He goes for the kick wide. Glendinning. He's got it. Oh, what a mark. What a mark. Well, what a play. You can say that again. That's 7 marks. He's marked, and he's certainly within kicking distance for him because it's about 80 metres out, Jack.
Oh, well, the one he kicked in the
Slight
second...
exaggeration.
The one he kicked in the second quarter must have gone close. Here he goes again. The kick on its way. Is it on target? It's dropping short. It's in. It's a goal. Didn't quite drop as short as I thought it would. It's through again. Then he kicks his third goal. North Melbourne answer the Essendon goal by Harvey. North Melbourne 13-8-86. Essendon 10-6-66 on 7's big lead.
It just keeps on getting cleverer and cleverer. It's a new Genius microwave.
The special edition Ford Image series. The Image Laser, Image Meteor, and Image Telstar. The very image of today, with new style woven seat fabrics. Special wheels, new color schemes, and more. From $600 worth of extra features at no extra cost. So much value, so much style. The Image Telstar, Meteor, and Laser.
There's something funny going on around here.
Fun is on the upswing with the rollicking return of Robin Hood and the merriest menagerie ever.
Robin Hood!
Fighting for justice from the evil Prince John.
I'll show him who wears the crown.
And his slippery sidekick.
Thank you, sir.
It's runaway fun in Sherwood Forest. Robin Hood, legendary animation from...
Now screening from the cinemas, commencing Bourne.
This Sunday, the 1931 original of the most famous and chilling horror film of all, Frankenstein, starring Boris Karloff in his most memorable role. Sunday night at 10:30, the motion picture classic Frankenstein on 7.
At the 16-minute mark of the third quarter, it was North Melbourne by 24.
Since he went on the ball, it has made all the difference to the game. He's got it out of the centre, he's knocked it on, he's taken marks, he's made a tremendous difference. Here's North coming again. Donald McDonald races towards the ball, tries to get it back. Bradbury's here, but they're under pressure every time they go near the ball. Look at that. Once again they're tackled. Now it's Hurd. Look at this. What's Jimmy Cracker here? Was it in the back? No. Look at the tackling of North Melbourne. That's tremendous stuff. Jonas. He's got it. Oh, ducks around. Handball. Jimmy Cracker. Holt. Here's danger. Left foot. Oh, boy. He's kicked it. Long the goal to John Holt.
But I thought he would because the left footer coming around there. Swinging back onto his left foot. He's a good kick for goal, and he just showed it there. The kick from Holt scoring for North Melbourne. And North Melbourne 14-12-96. Essendon 10-6-66 on 7's big league. Well, great game of football. Essendon now in trouble, as Peter McKenna told you. They are down by 5 goals. We're now 17 minutes just gone in the third term. Back at the centre-backs.
McCann has been magnificent. He's beaten for that one by Matino. There's Watson. They'll fight back, Essendon. Never right off a champion team. Oh, Van Aert has been under pressure in this quarter. And North Melbourne free kick, a lucky one going there to Peter Smith on half-back flank. I think he must have put holding the ball, or was it over the shoulder, Jack?
Tackle too high, said umpire Peter Cameron. Smith goes wide, finds Larkin. Larkin opposed to big Madden. Should have too much pace for Madden. Larkin sprints away. Who can he find down forward for North? He's gone for Jonas. They collide here. Bad football there. Ryan and Jonas picked up and taken away now. A chance for Essendon to go forward. A short pass from Thompson finds Hawker. Hawker goes out wide, looking for the big fellow in Merritt, giving Jason's Michael pass for, but the boundary line comes up, and now it's Essendon in attack. Bad mistake by the North Melbourne forwards down there.
Was it ever? Should have been Jonas's mark, I felt.
No talking on that occasion. Essendon in attack on their half-forward flank. They're out about 65 metres from their goal where the boundary throw-in will land. Merritt opposing McCann. The ball on the turf. In goes Danaher. In the back should have been awarded to Danaher, and it will be.
Terry Danaher, the Essendon supporters, ironically cheers, I think, for the free kick. But look, the tackling of North Melbourne has been nothing short of magnificent, as we've seen Danaher going for a big booming torpedo punted. Great kick. Oh, that was nearly a mark, but it comes off the hands of Rene King over the line and through for one behind. But they need goals. 14-12 North Melbourne, Essendon 10-7, so that's 4 goals, 5 the difference in favour of North Melbourne.
North Melbourne 26 scoring shots to Essendon 17. That's the story on the big scoreboard here. McCann out in front, the ball thumped down, thumped on by Passmore toward the boundary line. It's in Essendon's forward pocket. The boundary throw-in will take place.
Tony Elshaw has gone right out of the game after a brilliant first half around the packs, and that's made a big difference to Essendon, Jack.
Yes, he was getting a lot of kicks around the ground. So we go back to the boundary throw-in.
McCann. Oh, look at that. Beautiful over there to Jonas. Now it's Demetrio. Now the Bombers. Oh, was it holding the ball or was it held to him? Holding the ball, said the umpire. Will go to Peter German. Boy, does that kid know how to put him?
Yes, he does. There's a chance for Glendinning again. The umpire hasn't played it. No, he called play on. Patrick got the ball over. Weston goes forward. It's up within about 20 metres of goal for Essendon. The big fellow himself, Vanderhaar. He's kicked 4 goals. He and Rene King have picked most of the Essendon goals, 8 out of 10. Not bad between them, 4 each.
What about the mark that Glendinning?
Well, he didn't pay it.
Well, it should have been paid.
Well, he hasn't paid it. Ask him on World of Sport tomorrow and watch your decision.
It cost him a goal, I think, as we see Vanderhaar. 5 goals to Paul Vanderhaar. What a game he's played too down the other end of the ground. 13 kicks and 11 marks to Vanderhaar. North Melbourne 14-12-96 to Essendon 11-7-73. Don't write off the Bombers yet.
You're on Sevens Big League from VFL Park. A rib-tickling game here between North Melbourne and Essendon. 20 minutes have gone in the third quarter, 20 and a half minutes really, and it's North Melbourne on 96 leading Essendon on 73. So 23 points between the teams and North Melbourne in front. At the bounce, no decision. Couldn't be taken away by Jonas. Essendon takes it away though, up to the half-forward zone, kicked by Foles it was. Now it comes to turf. Watson gets it out to Clark. Clark's kick is chipped off. There's a chance now for Passmore. Passmore gets out a hand pass. Taken by Smith. He drives it down the flank. Onto the members' wing it travels. Ryan pushed in the back.
Yes.
The umpire pays the free kick.
The umpire, Peter Cameron, signifying that he was held by the jumper. I thought it was more of a push in the back, but it doesn't matter anyway. It was a free kick. He left foots it out towards Glendinning. Oh, he's marked it. No, push out. Yes, I think a good decision too by umpire Peter Cameron to call Weston the only mistake Glendinning made all game.
And Weston plays on with a hand pass to Foles. Oh, Madden went to do some shepherding there, but Foles taking the ball away for Essendon. He's run across to the half-back line and drives up towards the half-forward zone. Merritt taps it on toward Elshaw. Elshaw playing on. Oh, he's stopped there. Elshaw into the open goal. He travels and he's put it forward. Yes, he has. It's a goal by Elshaw for Essendon. North Melbourne 14-12-96. Essendon 12-7, 79 on 7th Big League.
And that's Tony Elshaw's first kick in this quarter. As I said, he was down. First half, one of the best players on the ground. But all the North Melbourne players stopped there, thinking the ball was going back to a free kick to Essendon. And of course, the umpire then played the advantage. It left Elshaw clear. Of course, they got a goal. Don't write them off. They're coming back hard now, the Bombers.
Third term, Sevens Big League, VFL Park, North Melbourne, Essendon, 96 playing 79 in North's favour. Hit a chance for Larkin to drive forward. He looks for McDonald. McDonald getting out in front, and McDonald got pointed once. McDonald was behind Walsh, but Donald got around in front of Walsh to clearly outpoint him on that occasion, and from 30 metres out from goal, shouldn't have any trouble in kicking his second goal. Donald McDonald, sounding more like a fast food place than a footballer. 14-12-96 North Melbourne. King coming off the ground. To be taken, his place will be Williams, but here comes McDonald into the open goal. When you say open, he's got a standing shot at goal. Yes, I think it's good. North Melbourne, another goal. 15-12-102. Essendon 12-7, 79 on 7's big lead.
These are members of an exclusive club. Cars with successful fuel-injected engines. Now, meet the newest member, world-class Commodore by Holden. New electronic injection delivers 27% more power than any previous Holden 6. With safer overtaking through faster acceleration. Experience world-class power with Commodore electronic injection.
The Hoover Elite 900 has a wool cycle fully approved by the Australian Wool Corporation. That's why Hoover is ahead of the rest.
Tomorrow is Sunday Press Day, and with Sunday Press this week, a very special bonus. For this week only, with your copy of Sunday Press, we're giving away a free copy of the colourful new TV magazine, TV Star. 96 pages of all the latest on TV, with a full 8 days programmes and the stories on the stars. It's an offer too good to miss. 80 cents worth of great TV Star magazine, free with the Sunday Press Victorian edition. Sunday Press, first for value, first for sport, every weekend.
He's the ex-cop down on his luck. She's the ex-hooker looking for a break. It takes murder to give them hope and a new start. Angie Dickinson and Robert Mitchum. One shoe makes it murder. Your Monday movie, 8:30 on 7.
At the 26-minute mark of the third quarter, it's North Melbourne by 25 points.
Can't read my own writing. Here's Schimmelbusch now, bringing the ball forward from the Melbourne. He'll be looking for McDonald. He'll be up high. Walsh will go the spoil. McDonald! Got the front bird. McDonald tried that. Walsh tried to go the spoil, Pete, but McDonald got his backside out, kept the ball in front, and Walsh couldn't reach it. So McDonald will take this shot and go for his third goal.
I know you've always advocated that you want to see Donald McDonald playing at full forward for North and not out in the half-forward line. You're getting your wish, Jack, and although he dropped marks early in the game, if he kicks this one, it'll be 2 vital goals for North Melbourne.
Yes, it'll be his third goal also, if he gets it. I think he should.
2 in this quarter, I meant.
Yes. McDonald only about the same distance out as the last shot for goal. 35 metres at the most. Head over the ball. Looks good going toward goal. The result's all right. 2 for North Melbourne. McDonald kicks his third goal. North Melbourne 16-14, 110. Essendon 12-7, 79 on 7's big lead.
And just looking at the goal scorers to North Melbourne, have they had a good forward line? Brendan Ryan 3, Peter German 1 from the centre, 3 to Donald McDonald, 2 to McCann, 3 to Glendinning, a free kick in the... Well, what's happened there? The umpire came to speak to who?
I don't know. I just thought I was writing and I heard...
Well, I don't think there's nothing... Whereas down the other end of the ground, Van der Haar and Kink were the only 2 real forwards firing for the Essendon side. There's Simon Madden, a hurry kick. Watson. Now it's taken away by Michael Thompson. Onto the left foot. He's looking towards half-forward. Van der Haar couldn't take that one. That's Stephen Hickey. Walker takes it. Here's danger. Van der Haar, goal number 6. Yes! Great goal to Van der Haar. What a performance by him.
What a great performance by a great player. Paul Van der Haar bringing up his 6th goal. 6 goals straight I have him as. And 14 kicks to boot. So he's done well on half-forward for Essendon. They need more goals from him though. Essendon on 13-7-85. North Melbourne 16-14, 110.
Yes, and so it's back to the centre. A great umpiring exhibition. Umpires Peter Carey on screen. And, of course, Peter Cameron, and that certainly helps a game, Jack.
Yes, Pete, you're dead right. We've gone 28 minutes now in the third term at VFL Park.
There's McCann again doing a power of work. Oh, gee, John Kennedy will be wrapped in his performance in the last 2 quarters as the hurry kick. Oh, good mark. Peter Smith in front of Van der Haar. He's not going to give up without a fight. He's fighting overwhelming odds because Van der Haar is on fire.
Mark to Jonas. No, he's dropped it. Hand passes back out to Law. Law on the left foot, drives up toward Glendenning, getting the front berth. No, he got chopped off there by Frankie Donnell. He jumped in front of him and took the mark. Donnell looking for a lead, calling for someone to move. He drives back toward the centre of the ground. Players fly high. The ball comes to Hawker. Hawker caught, but got the kick in the nick of time. Out comes Smith, the metre. He's got the fumbles today. It's been picked up by Law and lost just as quickly. And umpire Peter Carey will bounce on Essendon's half-forward flank position. We've been playing 29 minutes and a few seconds. We're on Sevens Big League. The game from VFL Park. North Melbourne 110, Essendon 85.
Yes, this is on the Essendon half-forward line. They can't get it out away from those bounces, Essendon, at the moment. There's Shimmer. Oh, gee, he's playing a good game also. Out to Larkin. He's got great skills, but he loses this one as we see Mark Thompson go in after it. He tried to be a little bit too clever there.
He didn't take the ball with him.
He normally turns like Lee Matthews on a footney bit and sneaks away with the ball, but he fumbled that one.
Field bound, centre wing, member side. McCann taps it out toward Jonas. He taps it back to McCann. He went for a hand pass. Grabbed by Foles. A hurry kick from Foles goes back in towards Thompson. He gave it to Madden. Bit too quick for Madden. He's got the stumbles. Picked up by Jimmy Cracker. Holt gets it back to Demetriou. Demetriou, can he pick it up? He's looked for full Cracker. No, he's gone short into Ryan. And Ryan takes the mark for North Melbourne. Brendan Ryan, within kicking distance, has already kicked, 3 goals. So Brendan Ryan, within kicking distance, about 40, I think it might test him, Pete. He's about 45 out from where he'll kick. In the dying minutes of the third term, Brendan Ryan trying for his 4th goal. It's on its way, it's on its way, it's in! It's a goal! Kicked by Brendan Ryan. His 4th goal, North Melbourne 17 goals, 14, 116. Essendon 13, 785.
A great game of football at VFL Park, certainly. And let's go back to the match now. This time we pick up play in the final term, some 20 minutes in. North Melbourne with a match-winning lead of just on 60 points.
Well, when Essendon get beaten, Jack, they certainly get beaten, don't they? Footscray took them apart a couple of weeks ago, then they took Carlton apart, and now they're copping it from North Melbourne. So there must be a bit of a worry for Kevin Sheedy, and not more than a bit of a worry, as we see Walsh on the left foot looking for Van der Haar. That will be a mark. That would be about mark number 11 or 12, I would say. 12 for the game for Van der Haar. A tremendous performance. Been a lot quieter in the second half, but I don't think the ball's been down there as much, and that's made a big difference. Look at that kick. Right up to the goal square. The high flyers are there. Harvey flew, and the ball...
That went through. That went through for one behind.
That went through for a point, too.
It did. It went bounced through. It was through for one behind. Now we've seen another goal umpiring decision there that shouldn't have happened.
The goal umpire was right on the line, so maybe he's a bit closer than us. I thought it did bounce over the line, but still...
It definitely crossed the line, doesn't have to bounce.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I thought it crossed the line, but the goal umpire, well, he's a bit closer than us, I suppose. We see Greg over to Hickey. Hickey to Ramsey. He'd be enjoying this, Roy Ramsey. Alshaw. Now, is that holding the ball? No, said the umpire. A throw-in to take place, but Ramsey played with North, went out to Essendon for a short stint. Now he's back at North, and he'd be loving this.
Well, he's certainly enjoying it today, or he should be. North Melbourne have had 40 scoring shots, Essendon only 20. It's Essendon in attack, though, picked up by Harvey. The hand pass comes back out to King. King tries to have a shot to goal, but the mark has been taken by Keith Gregg. Gregg goes out, the left foot pass looks good. Yes, it has been marked by Demetriou. He can play on if he wishes now. He goes for a short pass up the flank. With a chance for North through Cracker. Jimmy Cracker caught. Got a hand pass away. Willie threw it. Taken by Hurd. Given to Walsh. Walsh breaks around now from the half-forward flank. Drives into Van der Haar, who takes the mark once again.
Tremendous performance by Paul Van der Haar today. He's kicked 6 goals already. He has taken 13 marks. What more can you ask? And can he kick goal number 7? Oh, it's a beautiful looking kick. Will it get there?
Yep.
Oh, yes, I think it did. 7 goals to Paul Van der Haar. An outstanding performance at centre-half forward for the Bombers.
North Melbourne, 21 goals, 19, 145. Essendon, 14 goals, 7, 91 on Sevens Big League. Yes, he's done a great job there at centre-half forward. Van der Haar,
well, 7
as
goals.
Glendenning as the other end have been 2 great players. But Essendon haven't had enough Paul Van der Haars this afternoon, have they? King started off all right, kicking 4 goals, but it was taken off the ground and brought back at three-quarter time. Glendinnings's gone all day, so has Van der Haar, but it's North Melbourne well in control.
Peter Cameron mounts it in the centre. Let's see who gets this one out of the centre. McCann, a big knock, but it's taken away by Watson. Up towards half forward, punched away by Peter Smith. That's as good as a kick. He was looking down there for Dimitrios. Taken away by Mark Harvey. Over to Mark Thompson. He goes on the left foot, looking down there towards Terry Danaher. And Danaher has Mark at half forward flank for the Bombers.
Bit late in the game, 22, getting toward the 23-minute mark. Short pass, finds Madden. And Madden takes the mark in the forward pocket for Essendon, only 35 to 40 metres out from goal. Simon Madden has not scored any goals out of the Essendon total of 14 goals, 7. Going for his first goal and hopeful for Essendon's 15th. Time clock, 23 minutes exactly into the final term.
Simon Madden, usually a good kick at goal, but not on this occasion because he's only put it through for one behind as the time clock moves round to 23 minutes and 15 seconds. North Melbourne on 21-19. Oh, this is a decisive win. Essendon on 14-8, as you can tell by the scoring shots, Jack.
There's 53 points the difference too in the teams. Good diving mark from the full-back's kick in, taken by John Law. You can see a loose man out there on the wing. Here they go now. North Melbourne through Keith Gregg with the ball on centre wing. Gregg carries it up to the half-forward zone. He's gone for the long placement kick. And oh, it wasn't a good kick though. It dropped a bit short. And it's going to be taken away here by Frank Donnell.
Frank Donnell on the left foot, straight back to Keith Gregg. And Keith Gregg having, his skills are unbelievable, Gregg, today as he's walked and weaved and delivered the ball. There's Matthew Larkin. That's a bad one on that occasion. He's went for the low pass. He definitely just tends to get a bit heavy in the legs in the last quarter, I reckon. Jack tires a little bit, and it takes away a little bit of Matthew's effectiveness.
Well, he certainly was effective in the first three quarters. Boundary throw in with Glendinning doing the ruck work now against Walsh. The ball comes down, taken by Folds. The left foot kick travels down the flank, and Shivelbush goes in to take the mark for North Melbourne on the half-forward flank. He'll be looking for a teammate further afield, but can he find one? Into the forward pocket it travels in the gloom at VFL Park. The ball tapped out. No one can get it yet. Well picked up on that occasion by Jonas. Hand passes in. Oh, big Merritt. Met Jimmy Cracker flat in the middle of the chest. And a free kick going to Roger Merritt.
Well, umpire Peter Carey on screen deliberated on that one. He said Merritt popped it too high. He was right on the screen, but a bit lucky Merritt because he tried to crash his way through against about 3 guys. But he's trying to liven up the Essendon side. Oh, well done, Stephen Hickey. How good was that as McDonald? Out to Phil Cracker. Here's danger. He fires. Phil Cracker. Goal. Beautiful football, North Melbourne. 2 goals to Phil Cracker.
Well, North Melbourne doing it well against the reigning premiers Essendon. North Melbourne, 22 goals, 19, 151. Essendon, 14 goals, 8, 92.
You're watching Seven's Big League, part of the Nissan VFL Premiership season.
Only 9 points the difference at half-time, but after the main break, North Melbourne kicking 13-12 to the Bombers 6-4 to run out convincing winners by 59 points and certainly their best win of the season. In the stats, North on top in kicks, marks, the hit-outs and the shots at goal. Essendon had more free kicks and marginally made better use of handball. In the goals at VFL Park this afternoon, for North Melbourne, Ryan and Glendinning got 4 apiece, and for Essendon, their major contributors were Paul van der Haar with 7, and Renee Kink finishing up with 4 goals. Our interviewer at VFL Park this afternoon was Peter McKenna, and he spoke first of all to North Melbourne's Brendan Ryan.
Well, congratulations, Brendan. 4 goals personally, but it was a tremendous team effort.
Yep, it was, Pete. Well, I don't know what to say. It's a great feeling. It's worth every moment. We stuck to our gun, and that's the way it come out. And it really,
well, it must be terrific for you as having a stint, then back to the bush, and then to come back and slot into a side and perform so well personally yourself.
Well, yes, and I think it's just through help of the others. We're all playing as a side at the moment, and if everyone puts their little bit in, it helps each other. And fortunately, it's come my way a bit.
The tackling of your side, especially the forwards, it really showed out that you pressurised their backmen. That's made an enormous difference to your back line.
Yeah, well, John puts a lot of emphasis, not only on the kicking and the marking side of it, but the little things, the chasing, the tackling, and the smothering, little things like that. And it all goes to make the game and help the side to go better.
Well, congratulations, John. Once again, a fantastic team effort.
Yeah, it was, and one of the best wins we've had for a while, and I think it just typifies the spirit that's around after our close wins against Carlton and Melbourne, and the team spirit's really high, and it's great to be part of.
Well, you're a good, strong, tough, hard player. It must be nice to look down the other end and see the skills of some of those players, particularly Ross Glendinning.
Yes, I usually play beside Ross, but I had the pleasure of watching him up the forward line, and it was magnificent. And the young blokes that up the back line that I'm playing beside, they're just magnificent to play beside me.
John Law speaking to Peter McKenna after North Melbourne's great win at VFL Park this afternoon. More on Seven's Big League after this break.
Scott Palmer has all of the news from around the grounds. Next on Seven's Big League, Round 7.
You can get it riding. You can get it sliding. You can feel it coming on about 4. A hard-earned thirst needs a big cold beer. And the best cold beer is Vic. Vic Bitter. You can get it walking. You can get it talking. You can get it working a plow. Matter of fact, I got it now. Victoria Bitter.
The family-size Hoover Elite 900 has a stainless steel wash bowl. Its competitor does not. That's why Hoover is ahead of the rest.
We've got the best of everything. Yeah, Australia's standing tall. Our own special taste of Australia. The taste that's got it all. Pure Aussie beef and nothing less. Tasmanian potatoes make our fries the best. Yeah, taste of Australia is here today. You deserve a break at McDonald's.
I got a mate called Mazda. Real good mate I go to work with, real good mate who works real hard, real good mate I got to rely on. My Mazda V's the best investment I ever made. That 2-litre engine works real hard. 5-speed transmission will go anywhere. Power-assisted front discs will stop any time. Add Mazda comfort and reliability to all that muscle, you've got more than a ute, you've got a mate. I got a mate called Mazda.
Only you can help me. I've got to know what's happening in Sons and Daughters. All will be told. Cross my palm with 7 pieces of silver. I see Caroline and the one called Steve.
No, stop. Don't tell me.
Is it David or is it Andy?
No, I can't bear it. It's all too much. No more.
Don't worry. All will be revealed. Next.
It's about Sons and Daughters.
Uh-huh.
More action coming up shortly. First of all, we check the games of our non-televised matches today. And initially, out at Victoria Park, one of the big upsets of the round, Fitzroy getting off to a great start with 8-1 in the opening term for 49 points against 18. And they finished up winning that match by 79 points. Bernie Quinlan finished up with 4 goals. He was the major goal kicker for Fitzroy. And Hawthorn having a big win over St Kilda by 126 points, 28-15, 183 to 89-57. Matthews 6 and Knights 5 for Hawthorn, and Tony Lockett finished up with 5 goals for the Saints. Tomorrow, a big game at the Sydney Cricket Ground. You'll see it live on 7 and associated stations. The Sydney Swans take on Carlton at 2:05. Right now, it's time to go up to the offices of the Sunday Press for all the latest footy information, and we say a very good evening once more to the sporting editor of the Press, Scotty Palmer.
Good evening, Peter. It's terrific viewers to have you back inside the Sunday press room. What a day of upsets and tragedy has struck Collingwood tonight. Cloke, Dacos and Taylor are all in a Kew hospital. Cloke, who was being tried at centre-half forward, has a broken forearm. Dacos, recently signed for another 5-year term by the Magpies, has a serious knee problem. And full forward Taylor has a suspected broken rib and possible kidney damage. Coach Bob Rose said if we lose these players, we'll have to find replacements from within the club, not outside. He blamed that undisciplined first quarter for the disastrous result today. Fitzroy's Robbie Walls put it simply. I think the players were sick and tired of losing, he said. He was amazed that the Lions now are only 2 games out of the 5. It was the biggest score ever kicked by the Lions against Collingwood. North Melbourne showed itself to be a good side, said Essendon's Kevin Sheedy, who will hold a meeting with his players this week to find out what's wrong at Windy Hill. We'll have to go back to basics, said Sheedy. Carey has a possible broken hand, Clark a thigh, and state players Hawker a shoulder and Williams an arm injury. John Kennedy didn't say much at all. He believes the win was only a little better than some of the early ones of the Kangaroos. Alan Aylett, though, was watching and said it was North's finest victory since that 1977 premiership win. No longer can Geelong be called pussycats, said Melbourne coach Ron Barassi tonight. He was disgusted with the Demons' performance and shattered by the array of injuries to his side. Peter Moore must have an X-ray for a possible fractured cheekbone, Cox an X-ray on his shin, Zantuck and Wilson have neck injuries and Payne concussion. Barassi said it was Melbourne's worst performance of the year. Geelong coach Tom Hapey said the Cats played the conditions better today, while also praising the work of Flanagan in the ruck, Yates and Malarkey in defence. Flanagan said Hapey could become an elite ruckman of the VFL. Yates held Brian Wilson to 3 kicks and only 1 goal for the day. Geelong supporters gave Gary Ablett a thunderous ovation when he left the ground today, unhurt, just having a rest in the last quarter. Only 8,700 people saw Hawthorn blitz St Kilda, who, according to coach Graham Jelly, was let down by its key senior players today. Jelly has added an added worry with Danny Frawley also facing an X-ray on his hand tonight. Alan Jeans was delighted with the percentage boost and said Hawthorn's second half was just what he was looking for. And there were a couple of sensations down at the MCG. Richmond captain Mark Lee, a state ruckman, was reported twice, once for allegedly striking Andrew Purser of Footscray, the other for misconduct in that he allegedly used his knee against Purser. And Rover Dale Waitman, the flea, also was booked for allegedly striking Brian Cordy. They'll have to face the tribunal on Monday and must be cleared if they're to play against South Australia on Tuesday night. Footscray's Mickey Malthouse said the reversal of form was encouraging for the club. Richmond, he said, was a good side and we answered every challenge today. Paul Sproul, the Richmond coach of the Tigers, just gave too much away at the start. He said the Bulldogs were terrific in the crisis and he gave them a lot of praise. Sproul also hopes to have Stewart and Barling back for next week. Back to you, Peter.
Keep punching, Scotty. Well, certainly some problems for the state selectors, and they'll be looking with interest at the team that trains at Windy Hill tomorrow for the game on Tuesday night against South Australia. And you'll see that match live and exclusive to 7, 8:30 on Tuesday. We're certainly looking forward to that. OK, we'll take a break. Back with more of 7's Big League after this.
Barassi's Demons battle it out with Hafey's Cats. That action still to come on 7's Big League.
If your carrying needs stretch beyond most wagons, you need Nissan Know-How. Come alive to Irvan Luxury. Come and drive Nissan Irvan and enjoy stretch-out comfort. There's room for 9, and Irvan is actually shorter outside than a mid-sized sedan. 2-litre power and Nissan's world-famous reliability. That's new Irvan.
That's Australia's best value.
Come alive, come and drive. Nissan Know-How. Save now during Van Month at your Nissan dealer.
But I'll never ever leave my San Francisco hill. It's the Golden Gate, Sausalito by day, steam crab late at night, and jazz by the bay. San Francisco, you're home, but I'll take the beer they can't beat here.
These bristles are much tougher than man's whiskers. Yet the triple-coated blades and the Wilkinson sword pivot shave them like butter. And now, with an advanced new wash-through stem, the Wilkinson sword pivot gives you an even better shave. Day after day after day. Wilkinson sword, the name on the world's finest blades.
At Kardinia Park today, Geelong played host to Melbourne, 2 clubs that last week figured in real nail-biting finishes. The Cats winning by a whisker from the Saints, while the Demons were pipped right on the line by North Melbourne. If there was a club badly hit, though, by injuries, Geelong would certainly win the prize, this week losing the services of Mossop and Linda to add to their already long list of casualties. Records suggest that the Cats should have started favourites for today's game, winning 19 out of their last 30 meetings against the Demons, and of course the game was played on the Cats' home ground. At Kardinia Park, our commentators this afternoon, Sandy Roberts and Bob Skilton, and tonight we join the action at the 3-minute mark of the third quarter.
There's the throw in. Moore, front spot. Flanagan almost infringed. Withers has an airy. Moore, well tackled by Bruns, but still Moore persists. Still he goes. Withers now. The hurried kick by Connolly goes straight to Hughes. Not a pretty game today, but it's been a very dour struggle. There's a good mark taken by Ablett. Now, the question is, with this football, Robert, is he within scoring distance?
I would imagine yes, Sandy, because about 12 years ago I set this him as a young 11-year-old. I set him up the other end of the ground because I was embarrassed. He was out marking us and out kicking us as an 11-year-old.
Yes, but you were a prolific kicker. Here's the boot from Ablett. Oh, you're right, Robert Skilden. You are quite right, because he has goal, and what a handy one for the Cats. It's Gaz's second, and Geelong's fifth. 5-5 plays 2-5 on Seven's big lead.
Lovely mark and lovely kick. So it's 35-17, and if my memory serves correctly, that could well be the widest margin during this game, as Gary Ablett just rinses them out. Peter Giles, his opponent, and Giles certainly not disgraced with his performance, even though Ablett has kicked 2 goals. Flanagan again gets the tap. Bruns got the hand pass in. He was held when not in possession, but is able to tap it wide. Lenihan first on the scene for Geelong. Got the hand pass in. It's taken by Boss. Boss with a kick to Ablett again. And from about the same position.
7 marks. 7 marks to Gary Ablett.
And so, Gary Ablett now. And it's about the same position, Sandy. But every kick, not necessarily the same. Again, favouring the drop punt. And Gary Ablett. Will he make the distance? Yes, he does.
Oh, dear.
And goal number 3 goes on the board to Gary Ablett.
And could this be the swing in the game for the Cats? 2 goals in as many minutes as they move to a 24-point break.
Often does make the difference, Sandy, to be able to get 2 quick goals. It's in a lot of these games, you get a goal and the opposition battle away for a while and they get a goal and things almost stay as they are. Let's take it. We had an 11-point lead at quarter time and an 11-point lead at half time. But right now it's 41-17, a 24-point lead. As White taps the ball forward, picked up by Shane Williams. And well taken by Richards, now on the half-back line. The hand pass across to Moore. Moore breaks the tackle. And the left foot kick. Not a lot gained by that piece of play by Melbourne, and Shane Williams takes a nice mark. Plays on immediately. Back to Peter Moore again. Tackle by Ablett, loses it. Free kick will be paid to Moore for pushing the back.
So, Peter Moore on the defensive side of centre. Gives it across to Chris Connolly. Johnson the target. Shane Williams the spoiler coming over the top. Bottles it up there. And the umpire will come in and have a bounce. Well, it's been a long time since Melbourne has gone for 2 quarters and 6 minutes, scoring only 2 goals, but that is the case. Bruns gets flattened. The handball goes out wide. The Demons certainly want a goal as Robin White paddles it forward towards Withers, who scoops it over the shoulder. Wilson the target. He's been well held today. Zeichler taps it away. He's got good backup support. Away comes David Bolton onto the left foot. It's a beauty too. Over the centre. Moore couldn't take it. Waiting at the back is Giles. The centre pawn by Ablett. He gets a kick away towards the centre wing area, and Scratcher Neal, will he keep it in play? Yes, the Scratcher will. The handball comes back towards Bolton. Over the top he goes, looking for Couch. Paul Couch now onto the left foot with a drop punt, centering the ball. Ablett used the body, almost read it to perfection. Bailey beautifully tackled. Play on is the call. Morgan and Moore almost clash. It's the latter who taps it out. Picked up by O'Sullivan. High kick gathers little distance. Flanagan tries to tap it forward. Back to Morgan again. He does get out of trouble. Across to Shane Williams. Up to the half-forward line, and the Cats suddenly looking alight. Hughes now to send them forward. Ablett caught unawares, but it doesn't matter because he's got support through Reynoldsson. Reynoldsson was the target. He just went over the top of Gary Ablett.
Geelong really doing well at the moment, Sandy. And what a great piece of football it was from David Bolton.
Well, I tell you what, Robert, if he goals here, it's going to make it very difficult, considering the amount of scoring that's been done, for the Demons to get back. He has goal, and the Cats move to 7-5, leading Melbourne 2-5 on Seven's big lead.
Imagine if you tried to do everything with the one card. Now, there is a one-card way. The Westpac MasterCard. The one card that does it in one. Only from Westpac, the bank.
Well, hello and good day. Nice to see you this way.
Now, Food Plus offers you even more. The latest video releases from Night Owl Video and CEL.
It started with a game.
Welcome to Rylos, my boy.
The Last Starter. Night Owl Video. Take home a new release movie tonight.
You can get it riding. You can get it sliding. You can feel it coming on about 4. A hard-earned thirst needs a big cold beer. And the best cold beer is Vic. Vic Bitter. You can get it in a hole or up a pole. You can get it doing nothing at all. A hard-earned thirst needs a big cold beer. And the best cold beer is Vic. A long, cold Vic. You can get it walking. You can get it talking. You can get it working a plow. Matter of fact, I got it now. A hard-earned thirst needs a big cold beer. And the best cold beer is Vic. Victoria Bitter.
Back to Kardinia Park now, and we're just past the 12-minute mark of the third quarter.
4 to 7-6. Kick back into play. Danny Hughes takes the mark. Kicks towards centre wing. The sun is out now at Geelong. We've copped every season here this afternoon. Stealing it was Graham Yates. In towards full forward. The Demons desperate for a goal. The opportunity through Withers. Can he get out of this one? He was held. The umpire calls play on and eventually decides to come in and have a perhaps a little unlucky, Bob.
Yes, I thought it should have been a free kick as we find Danny Hughes on the ball now for Melbourne and Peter Moore down at full forward.
Here's the throw-in. Only 25 metres out from the Melbourne scoring zone. The opportunity with Robin White. Here's a goal. Thank you very much, says Graham Yates and Ronald Dale. That could be our first of a comeback. Let's hope so for the Demon supporters as they post their third goal. 3-5, trailing Geelong 7-6 on Seven's Big League.
Yes, Melbourne have made numerous changes. Yates started off at half-back and now Richards is there. Payne came on the ground in place of Zantuck, and Zantuck has not come out. Now we find Jarrett out on a half-back flank with Bailey in the centre. Hughes now in the ruck. Moore down at full forward. But when you're being beaten, you have to try something, Sandy.
Yep, let's see what Hughes can do. Well, straight to Williams. Back to Neil. The Cats into attack again. Down towards Ablett. Could be free kicked, will be free kicked. And if they're not careful, they'll lose it. Back it goes now to Gary Ablett. The man that set them going with 2 quick goals. Morgan drifts a player into the centre. Look at this punt kick from Ablett. Into the square he flies and it sails over the top. Punched away for one behind. Boy, can he lift a football crowd.
Certainly can, Sandy.
7-7. Plays 3-5. And I was talking to some of the players at interstate training the other night, Bob. They couldn't believe that man's talents. Now, Danny Hughes with a left foot punt up towards the half-forward line. White and Zeichler, but in the meantime, the umpires picked out a free kick and said to Zeichler, I'm sorry, but you infringed, and Robin White will take the free on the left half-forward flank.
So it's White. If the umpire had been looking, it could have been a free kick to Wilson of Melbourne. Called play on, and we find now Boss getting it out to Williams. Oh, a lovely sliding mark by Gary Ablett.
How many marks, Kevin O'Neill? 8.
In greasy conditions. Ablett's kick. Sliding mark, not taken that time by Connolly, but a good effort nonetheless. Richards picks the ball up. It's off the side of the boot, goes struck across the ground. Johnson's there. It's taken away from Johnson by Williams. Bailey taps the ball wide for Melbourne, and it's picked up by Jarrett. His kick up towards half well, not quite half forward, it's centre wing really, and Hughes takes it for Melbourne. So it's Danny Hughes, now playing in the ruck, off the side of the boot. Covers a reasonable distance nonetheless. Almost a mark to Geelong's boss. Withers got it out, a hand pass across to Batterston, up towards the forward area. Yates is first on the scene and takes it through for one rush point to Melbourne. Melbourne doing a bit better at the moment. They're 3-6-24 with Geelong on 7-7-49.
Some 15 minutes played. Hughes taps it over the back. Oh, cleverly paddled forward because Reynolds was waiting there, but he overdid it. He should have perhaps hicked it up and gone for the kick, but he did a beautiful one earlier on in the day. White received. Tackled as he got the kick away. Through Scratcher Neal it goes. Back it will come to Andrew Hughes, who has the player running beside him, uses him effectively, and again, the Cats are out of trouble. Through Zeichler, up towards centre wing. Reynolds has the ball tapped away. Williams across to Lenahan. Here they go again, the Cats, up towards Morgan in the left forward pocket. Quickly, he should go into the square because it's a one-out duel there with Flanagan, who's got the height. Bustled away from it. Ablett is there, so too Bruns, and it will be Bruns possibly first to it. No, because Bailey comes steaming in, puts body over the ball. Now a hurried kick is by Jarrett. A high kick, and the mark taken by Mike O'Sullivan. I think could have been free kicked anyway, but O'Sullivan will take it. 25-point break to the Cats. The kick from O'Sullivan. Reynolds the spoiler. Withers waits down, gives it to Hughes. His kick's partly smothered. Geelong preparing to make an interchange as Scratcher Neal zooms away. Back towards Williams. Oh, trapped it cleverly. Goes into Bolton in the middle. Here's danger. He can go out even wider. Does so now, and his Zeichler tumbling a punt down towards the half-forward line. Giles is there, but coming steaming through is Paul Payne. And his kick goes wide, too wide for Alan Johnson over the line, and a throw-in to take place.
A throw-in on half-forward flank for Geelong. 17 minutes have gone in the third term. And Geelong holding a 25-point lead as Flanagan takes it from the ruck, puts it up towards forward area, but a nice mark taken in defence there by Chris Connolly. Connolly goes on immediately with a hand pass to John Fidge. Fidge took too long, able to break the tackle. Out to Jarrett. Straight down the ground from Jarrett. Oh! Could easily have been a free kick, but Boss puts the ball forward nonetheless. Bolton takes it. Bolton steady, straightens up and goes towards goal. 1 point only the result. Almost a great mark to Gwinter, but he didn't take the mark. And I think he's come off second best. The resultant fall to the ground. As John Fidge will put the ball back in from full back. A kick from Fidge. Thumped away by Hughes. It goes over the boundary line. And because Moore has gone off the ball, so too is Flanagan. And it's Reynolds against Hughes. The way Flanagan was playing, I would have left him there, personally. Healy now. A high floating kick. Hocking couldn't quite take it. Zeichler caught one too high, and he will take the free kick at half back. So it's Peter Zeichler of Geelong. Zeichler towards the centre. Reynolds in the front position, thumped away by Hughes. Grabbed by Williams. The hand pass comes out to Bruns. Got plenty of time. Gets a lead from Morgan. It's a beautiful pass from Bruns. That's good football. Morgan thought about playing on. And the umpire could easily have called it. But Morgan now. It's a nice looking kick from Morgan. The Geelong fans delighted as Morgan kicks his first goal.
So Darren Morgan kicks the Cats' fourth goal for the term, and they boot away to 8-8, leading Melbourne 3-6.
And Geelong coming right away from Melbourne after half-time. 11 points in it at the major change, but after that time, Geelong kicking 8-9 to 3-5 to ultimately win by